Nobody likes listening to hard truths, especially when it's a negative hard truth. And the truth is that not everybody that starts online arbitrage ends up being successful. There are reasons why people go into this business model and end up failing at this business model. And I wanted to create this video to be open, honest, transparent on why people do fail at online arbitrage. Don't hold anything back. And these 10 hard truths will hopefully, when you have watched them all and I've revealed every single one of these, you will be able to do a reflection in your own business, in your own mind, and hopefully avoid these things. I want everybody to be successful in online arbitrage. I believe everybody can be successful in online arbitrage, but the truth is not everybody is. This is Kev here from LifeSuccessEngineer.com, and over the last 2 years, I've been an online arbitrage seller. We've now passed 7 figures in our business, and over the last 12 months, I've been able to communicate with many sellers through my brand, Life Success Engineer, and also through my course, Online Arbitrage Mastery, which means I've been interacting with many people. I'm very proud to say that I've seen so many people take massive action, but I've also seen people that have unfortunately given up and they've moved on to other things. So in this video, I want to share with you the 10. I've taken some time today, and I'm going to share with you the 10 top reasons why people fail at this business model, and hopefully it will be enlightening for you. Okay, so number one, the biggest reason why people fail is false expectation. False expectation. The biggest reason why people fail is because they go into the business model with this false expectation that it's going to be an easy ride. It's going to be easy to find profitable products to resell. Okay, the truth is, everybody that starts online arbitrage and pushes through those beginning months, everybody goes through the difficulty of trying to find those early products. When you're trying to learn as much as you possibly can, you literally feel like you've spent half an hour in front of a computer trying to find your first profitable products, and you can't find them, and then you think, I thought it was going to be easy in this. And it's the first sort of smack around the face that really highlights this. You're thinking that it's probably going to be easier than you actually expected. Okay? The truth is, every single one of us that have pushed through and continue to be successful with their business has gone through the hard challenges of trying to find these products, okay? So false expectation is critical. You've got to have that expectation that when you go into this business model, you're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have to put in those hours. The truth is, nothing comes for free. You've got to put in the grind. You've got to put in that hustle. You have to. Anything that's worth having is worth working for. That's the truth. Whatever you have to do, whether you have to wake up early in the morning or stay up late at night, whether you go through pages upon pages, whether you go from store to store, whatever you have to do, you've got to realize that you have to put in that time. You've got to grind. You've got to hustle. Okay? This is the first hurdle that people fail at. This is the first hurdle that people stop at. They think, nah, not for me. I thought it was going to be easy in this. And the truth is, it isn't like this at all. You've got to put in the hard work. Okay? Number two is lack of data. And I'm also going to put emotional selection. Lack of data, emotional selection. Now, this is something that, the truth is, when it comes to online arbitrage, it's a system, it's a criteria. Products have to match A, B, C, D, E, F. Whatever that criteria is, it's going to slightly vary for many of us. However, What really makes me concerned is when you hear things like, I think this will sell, or you start to play on your own sort of emotions and think, well, I would buy this. The truth is, you got to look at the data. You got to look at the data. The data doesn't lie. Do correct research, because if you start getting your emotions into it and you start picking products that you think can sell, that is when you start to go downhill. Okay, always be strict on this. Take your emotions out of it. Always look at the data points. What is all the data sharing with you? Okay, it's very important that you then pass that down onto your team as well. It's very important that everybody in your team has a strict criteria on what is a profitable product for you in your business and what isn't. Very important. Very important. Number 3. Chasing sales revenue. Okay, I'm going to put on there, not profit. This is a big one. This is a big one. Unfortunately, time and time again, we see prices just plummet on products. And it does make you wonder, it does make you think, how are these people selling it at this price? Sometimes I'll do the calculation myself. Well, I haven't done it for a while, but you can do the calculation yourself, and you think to yourself, this seller is actually, you might be selling something for £20, so when you make that sale, great, it looks great, £20, I've sold 10 of these, fantastic. However, you may only actually be making like 50p. You may actually be making pence or cent, whether you're in the UK or the US. The chasing sales are not revenue. Always think profit, always think profit. You've got to. It's the most critical thing in your business that's going to keep you surviving and prospering and flourishing and expanding into the future is the money that you make. Do not be, when you see high sales figures, high sales figures, always think profit. You've got to be looking at the profit. Okay, don't get into these penny battling. Don't get into lowering your prices. Okay, I will take 50p because this seller's selling for 50p. It's just not worth it. It's not worth you spending £20 on a product to get £21 back or something. Do you see what I'm saying? It's very important. Very important. I'm not here to tell you what your minimum profit margin should be, but you've got to stick to it. You've got to stay at that profit. You have to. Very important. Okay? Number 4. One-man band mentality. Unfortunately, one-man band mentality, that is when people, they start this business model and they go into it just wanting to, you're going to do everything. You're going to do everything. You're just piling on the plates. You're picking up more and more things as this business model starts to grow for you. As you start going over, your first 5 products, 10 products, 20, 50, 100 products, those plates start getting more and more. And this is going to make you trip up. When you start going down the road of, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and I will make sure that I check my messages here, and I'll change my prices here, and I will monitor the price here, and I'll try to go out here, and one man, it's not the way to go. It's not the way to go. No big successful business has ever, any person that's founded a business has always had a team around them. Okay, there's a difference between a sole trader, somebody, it is subjective, okay, it is subjective. I'm not here to say what you shouldn't do. Success and failure is subjective. If you are wanting to start a business, that means you're going to have people around you. You've got to invest in your team, okay? You've got to get away from this one-man band mentality, because after a while it will bring you down. It will do. It might take 6 months, it might take six years, but eventually you will wear down. You will wear down. You will do. You'll forget something. You will forget to respond to this message, or you'll not do your accounting there, or you not do your legal responsibility there. That's just the truth. You can't be that one-man band, okay? It's a big one now. Number 5. Systems mindset. Now this goes a little bit with number 4. Systems mindset. You've got to start developing some systems in your business. You have to start developing some systems on how you do something, some outcome, something that you need to be done. Create a system for it so it's the same system for that task. So it don't matter who does it, whether it's you that does it, whether it's a virtual assistant that does it, whether it's an employee, whatever the case is, create some systems. Have that system mentality that we will do this task this way, every way. And that is how it will be done. That is going to help you go a long, long way, because when it comes to growing your team, when it comes to growing your business, you've got to be working on systems, developing systems, because systems will manage the tasks. Systems will manage the people. Systems will manage your operations. It is very, very vital that you are not the focal point in your business. Like, everybody's coming to you, how do I do this? How do I do this? You have to develop systems in your business. This is a big one for me. I've openly, honestly, and I've always said, systems. 2 books that I recommend: Work the System, and E-Myth Revisited. Super, super important, okay? Number 6, a lack of investment. Okay? Lack of investment in your business. The truth is, any business, you've got to invest. You've got to invest into it. You've got to invest in resources and tools and people and virtual assistants. You've got to invest in this, because if you want to grow, if you want your business to be ultimately giving you profit every single month, every year, you can take a dividend out of your business, and if you then also be able to buy back your time, your freedom, have it running on autopilot, okay, you've got to invest in your business. That's the truth. Yeah, you've got to invest in an automated repricer. You've got to invest in virtual assistants. You've got to invest in your team. You've got to invest in resources. You've got to invest in the correct label paper, or the right boxes, or the right materials. If you can have an improvement in anything around the warehouse. If my team says to me, we would work better if we had X, Y, Z, I will look at that and go, okay, I will invest in this. That's the reason why we invest in tables and better tape and boxes and things like this. Lack of investment. That's going to bring your business down long term. So always think, how can I reinvest into the business, okay? The next 2 are very, very important. The first one is accounting the purchasing records. Okay, accounting, purchasing records. What I mean by this is, it's not the right thing to do to go around and just picking up. So if you do retail arbitrage, for example, or if, for example, you are going in just online arbitrage, you just buying some products. It's just not going to work. Don't just buy products. You've got to make sure that you have very, very good and very, very detailed purchasing records, so you know exactly what your margins are. You have to be super, super clear with it. Like, literally to the decimal point. You have to be. What margin have you sold this for? Don't just say, oh, I've just sold it for around 30%. Well, is it 30.23%? Is it 133.79%? You've got to be super, super strict on this. And that's the only way that comes is if you are very, very clear with your purchasing records. I can't tell you how it makes me feel extremely nervous when I see a pile of receipts on people's desks, or when I see a pile of, just like purchase cash receipts from stores just on somebody's desk. It makes me extremely nervous because I sort of feel that like you should have all this documented, recorded to the reference. Okay, every single product that goes through like my business is to the reference. I know exactly what reference that was, what we purchased it for, what our sell for is, what our margin is, etc., etc. So important. I can't stress that one enough. Okay. Number 8. This goes under accounting as well. Accounting, and it is money management. The truth is, online arbitrage is a cash flowing business. It is a cash flowing business, which basically means you've got to be very, very good at managing your money. Every single month, you've got to be very, very clear on making sure that you can pay your expenses, your cards back. You've got to make sure that you can pay for the resources and your expenditure. It's got so important. Money management in any business. The truth is, businesses, it's so stacked up against you. Everything is stacked up against you to fail in your business. This is the reason why I think it's something like only 2% of businesses, I think it's like 10% of businesses go out of business within the first year or two. 2% then actually survive past 5 years. So important that you're very, very clear on your money management, because the clearer you are, the better you can react. You can make an adjustment, you can downsize, you can do the things you've got to do. That's the truth is. Business is like the seasons. This is what Jim Rohn used to say. Business is like the seasons. After winter, you get spring. But after summer, you also get autumn and winter. Okay, so when Q4 is on and it's like you're loving life, it's fantastic, look at all this money, and then you just splash the cash and you like go all out and you buy yourself all this and that, and it's great to invest. It's great to invest, but you have to manage your money in your business. So important. Okay, so important. Number 9, expand too rapidly. And I hope you can see the bottom of the board there. Number 9 is expanding too rapidly. Okay, you've got to get going first. You've got to, before you run, you've got to be able to crawl and walk first. You've got to be able to lift yourself up. Okay, it's so important. Don't start getting too ahead of yourself. Just because you've just started purchasing doesn't mean that you're ready for a warehouse. Just because you're filling up your house doesn't mean that you're ready for a warehouse. You gotta make sure that you're very, very strategic in your expansions. You have to be. Okay, this goes hand in hand with the money management. Really, you've got to know when it's right to expand. You've got to know when it's right to invest in a virtual assistant. You've got to have that fine balance between time and money. Okay, your time is invaluable. As the business owner, your time is so valuable that you do need to invest in getting your time back. This has been the biggest thing that I've done in my business, and that is get my time back, because that is when I feel like I can create products, I can expand, I can think of other ideas on how we can expand here in the warehouse, prep servicing, create the course, I can do these videos, I can spend my time more wisely on things that I see my future being. Okay, online arbitrage is a fantastic model. Again, it's subjective. You might want just to have just a passive income at the side, or you might actually want to be your own job, your own boss, which is great. But for me, I wanted a business that runs. That I could have a few days off, I could have the next week off, I can have the next month off, eventually the next year off, or completely away from here, and this would still run. The whole operations would still run. Okay, I'm not there yet, but that's what I'm working to. But I'm not going to go all out right now and get myself 10 employees here in the UK and just expand, and then next month I can't afford anything. That's not what I'm going to do. Okay, very, very important that you look into all this. And number 10, I wanted to round off with this. Ultimately, your mindset. Okay, I'm going to put lack of learning. I could put fixed mindset. Your mindset, your psychology is the most critical thing. All this, everything that we've spoken about comes from your mindset. What are your thoughts? What are your beliefs? What is it that you need to do? Are you going to get up first thing in the morning to take action, or you are going to, rest for the day, but then that rest turns into 2 days rest and then 3 days rest, and all of a sudden you come off the boil and your business is starting to suffer. Your mindset is so important. Always learn, always look to learn from other people that are successful. Me, personally, in my own life, this year I have invested so much in my own personal growth. I have invested so much in my own personal strategies, and I've gone to seminars. Went to Unleash the Power Within seminar by Tony Robbins. It wasn't a cheap seminar, 4 days, because I wanted to look after this, my mindset. I wanted to learn. I've got a personal coach, somebody that I talk to on a regular basis that keeps me in check, that we're always talking, taking action, we're always reviewing, we're looking out. You've got to be so alert. You have to be in business. You have to be. You've got to anticipate. You've got to make sure that you know what the road ahead is. You've got to be so clear on your actions, your strategy, your goals. You have to be. Very, very important. It all comes down to your mindset. All comes down to your ability to keep learning. This is what YouTube videos do. YouTube videos are fantastic because you can learn. You can always learn. There's a fine balance between too much learning. There's a lot of people that just learn and learn and learn. They never actually pull that trigger. Very important that you do pull the trigger. The best way you're going to learn is get going. There's also a fine balance between, free content, free videos, and then paid videos, paid content. I've invested in, like I said, Tony Robbins seminar. I've invested in coaching. I've invested in 2 courses this year. I'm going through a course right now. Over $900 course I'm going through right now, which is helping me along my journey. Okay, so it's so important that you always think about learning, always develop your mindset, because your mindset is there's a reason why the same thing can happen to 2 people. One person reacts one way, one person reacts the other way. One turns to success, one turns to failure. And that becomes from your mindset, because it's not what happens. Jim Rohn used to say this. It's not what happens. What happens to us all. It's what you do about it. Okay, it's what you do about it. So this has been the 10 reasons for failure in your online arbitrage business. If you've got to this point, I'd love it if you just give me a thumbs up at this point. I really, really appreciate your support. Your support goes a long way for me, because it allows me to see what content you like, but it also allows me it inspires me. It keeps me going. Every time I see a thumbs up or a thumbs down, I love it. I love it. I see somebody's got value there. So if you got to this point, give me a thumbs up. I really, really appreciate it. If this has been valuable to you, and you've maybe got some friends or something that could maybe see this as valuable as well, get masterminding with them, share this video with them, and please hit that subscribe button. I am on a content publishing marathon. I'm really trying to share all the best of my knowledge and really help you on your journey to your success, whatever success that is for you, whether that is getting out of the rat race, getting out of your job, getting into this business, whether it's soul trading and you're hustling and you're excited just to go from store to store, or you want to go through a prep service and you want to completely be remote and you're loving life from coffee shop to coffee shop, or even still, you want to go in a warehouse. You want to go into a warehouse and employ team and prep servicing, and you do so much. It's so exciting. It's so exciting to be alive. It's so inspiring to keep at this. Keep at it. This has been Kev here from LifeSuccessEngineer.com. I'd love for you to check out the blog. If you want any more Amazon training, I actually have some free Amazon training, which is at LifeSuccessEngineer.com/FBA. Okay, you could get then on my list. Every time I do anything, I share it with my list. I keep updating that training. Any videos that I release, I try to embed that into one place where you can continue to learn and consume and ultimately take action, because that's what it's all about. So, keep being inspired to take massive action. Until the next video, take care. And what an amazing opportunity we have. I'll talk to you again soon.